Good day, everyone. I am Edison J. Linambay Jr. And to start my discussion all about the school culture, first is the meaning of the school culture. The fundamental principles, underlying presumptions, expectations, conventions, and values that give a school its identity shape how the school runs and have an impact on how principals, teachers, support staff, and students behave. So in other words, grabe yun ka-importante ang school culture kay nga naman. Mura naman ko ni siya mission or vision sa school whereas mo ni siya ang mag-guide sa atua and isa na diri ang naay saktong pamatasan sa every student and of course, ang teachers po nga maoy nga disiplina sa tanan. Classification of culture, non-material and material cultures are two different types. Technology, architecture, and arts all fall under the category of material culture, but beliefs, myths, values, and spiritual activities fall under the category of immaterial culture. So, mo ni siya ang duha ka type of culture na ay non-material o material cultures, which are very obvious from the keyword material, which means nga mahawida nato siya or anything nga makitaan nato sa atong palibot karon. And on the other hand, the non-material, which means ang atong beliefs or atong tinuuhan, ang atong values, atong mayong pamatasan o ang atong apong tinuuhan sa atong makakagaho and mao na siya ang atong timailhan sa duha ka classification sa atong kultura. Characteristics of culture. Human communities generally have 5 fundamental cultural traits. They include the fact that culture is ingrained, communicable, symbolic, interwoven, and dynamic. It is not believed that culture is innate or hereditary. They instead pick up cultural practices from those around them. So nagpasabot ni siya nga ang culture is dynamic means padayon siya nga kabag-o and then dili ni siya hereditary kundili atuan ni siya gaka-experience gakatun-an and then gaka-adapt sa atuang surroundings or kung asa ta nagdako. So it is communicable and symbolic because kay ato mo siyang gina-practice every day and ato po siyang part sa atong tinuuhan sa atong life. Functions and elements of culture. The main components of culture are artifacts, symbols, language, rules, and values. Effective social contact is made possible by language, which also shapes how people conceptualize ideas and things. Individualism, competitiveness, and a dedication to the work ethic are key values that set the United States apart from other nations. So in other words, kadepende gid siya kung unsaon nato pagdala ang atong culture or beliefs nga atong i-practice every day. So mo ni siya ang unique, makapahimo sa to nga unique ta. It depends upon our culture kung sa ato ang ginapakita sa laing tao. For example, aning effective communication through our language. So it's very obvious or sabotable naman gid siya. Relationship between culture and society. Culture is what sets one group or society apart from one another. Since different societies have varying cultures, it's crucial to distinguish between the concepts of culture and society. A society reflects the people who share cultures, ideas, and practices, whereas a culture is a group set of beliefs and behaviors. Mao nang grabe ka importante nga magsabot ta or i-adapt na to ang lain culture sa atong kapwa Pilipino or anyone nga maila-ila na to or mahalubilo kay ngano dili man gud ta pareha og mga kultura. So ang term jud ana is ang key term jud ana is ang pagrespetuhay. School climate, relationships, safety, and the caliber of instruction are just a few of the many facets of the total school atmosphere that make the complex concept of school climate. The term classroom climate describes the unique learning environments that each teachers create. Ang term ani is ang teachers. Sila gyoy magdala sa positibo nga climate sa eskwelahan kay kung wala ang teachers unsaon pag buhat sa positive change or unsaon nila pag create og difference towards the students. So sa ilaha gid mag-start ang positive nga atmosphere, ang pagdisiplina sa mga students o unsaon pod nila pag-deliver ang lessons or learning experience towards the students, and this will result sa daho kay nga impact sa students development with their learnings. Types of culture, they are social organization, customs, religion, language, government, economy, and arts. So these are the types of culture. So kung wala ang isa ani sa ilaha, dili na ta matawag nga culture. So dili kompleto ang atong culture. For example, aning religion na to. So mo ni siya atong beliefs, ang atong language nga mo ay makahatag sa to o pagsinabtanay sa matag usa. Depende sa atong mga dialect. For example, kita mga Bisaya, Bisaya ang atong gina-speak. Then ang government pod usa pod ni sila ang pinaka-importante nganong magkahiusa ta karon. Dagan kay balaod para mag-usa ta og dili ta magkabulag-bulag. Og ang economy pod nato diri ta gakuha sa ato ang basis sa ato ang pang-adlaw-adlaw nga panginabuhi nganong padayon gyapon tag in order to survive every day. And of course, arts. Dili kompleto ang culture kung wala ang arts. Kay ngano, mo ni sila ang makahatag og life. Kumbaga, mingaw ang kultura kung walay arts. Eating a positive culture and culture of peace, being at peace with oneself, others, and the natural environment is part of a culture of peace. So kung dili ni sila ma-meet expectation, means gubot yun siya. And peace education, which must be taught at homes, at all educational levels, in workplaces, and disseminated through the media, is the main tool for fostering a culture of peace. It should also be supported at all societal levels. So, ang education is dili lang din nato siya matun-an sa eskwelahan, kundi tanan places kung asa ta paingon na education tungod mo ni sila ang mag-guide sa tua para mamahimong insaktong tao, maka-respekta sa ato ang sikata. Creating a positive learning climate. When you encourage student participation in teaching and learning, as well as when there is trust and rapport between you and the students, you may establish a positive learning environment. So ila-ilahon sa ginato ang atong mga estudyante if we are the teachers. So i-welcome nato sila, pangitaan nato sila og appropriate activities so that they can always participate in our classes and no negative feedbacks towards our approach. So it's very important na kita teachers diri mag-start sa ato ang mismo kaugalingon ang positive. So kita man teachers, kita dapat ang role model o dili kita ang role model sa toxic. Ato na siyang likayan. So mo na siya in order to promote positivity, dapat always smile ang teacher. Bahalag gaka-stress na sa mga works or any problems. Basta kay dili malimtan mag-smile, and then the students must also cooperate and participate in order to succeed. Positive student culture. A positive school climate is defined by norms, beliefs, and expectations that enhance social, emotional, and physical safety according to the National School Climate Council. Individuals respect are actively involved. Together, students, families, and teachers create and implement a common school vision. So, very obvious ang term na vision. Dapat na a unity diri sa student and teachers. And of course, sa school mismo. Nga, para ma-achieve na, dapat kita tanan ga practice of positivity and walay mag likay or kuan sa dalan nga daotan para iwas sa mga misunderstanding or any negative doings inside the school. The school culture. According to the research, pupils have greater academic and behavioral success in school when they feel that their professors or teachers like and respect them. On the other side, poor interpersonal connections foster a lack of confidence, unease, and dread that start to characterize a bad school culture. So there is a communication or a strong must relationship between teachers and students. Dapat promote nato ang communication sa or connection sa student o teachers para mas kusog o mas hugot ang paglantaw o ang para dako og chance nga makamit ang goals sa school o labi na sa mga students. Developing good rules. Specific rules need to be as specific as possible. Positive. State your rules in the positive rather than the negative. Adaptable. Periodically evaluate your rules and their effectiveness. Few. Keep your rules few in number. Sensible. Make rules that makes sense. So, overall, positivity gid ang gina-promote diri og kanang specific dapat ma-achieve siya, and then dili pod siya libog para sa mga students, and then need gid siya i-evaluate if there are improvements or the follow ba ang mga students so that ma-reflect or ma-realize sa teacher kung sa ang angay i-change or asa dapit nga side ang need pa i-improve. So that's the purpose of good rules nga dapat siya i-implement. Violence and disorder. Any forms of violence that occur within the outside of schools are experienced by students and are committed by other students. Teachers and other school personnel are collectively referred to as school violence. Bullying and cyberbullying are included in this about children's mental health. And diri siya ga ma-fall sa disorder if naay case sa bullying or any cyberbullying inside the school and all other forms of discrimination. So it's very important nga i-promote jud nato ang awareness sa atong mga students aning mga violence and disorder kay naa magud ni siya consequences. Keeping a school safe haven, they feel secure enough to hang their armor up beside their desk, remove the oppressive weight of it, and go about their daily activities unimpeded This sanctuary may be the child's only opportunity to wrestle with this frailty, become curious, dig around, and breathe normally without being choked. So in other words, it's very important yun nga feel sa students ang ma-welcome sila og ang safe atmosphere na where they can kana maka-execute sila, makadula sila safely and walay mag-hold back sa ilaha nga or angay nila kahadlukan. Kay tungod ka-promote man og safety ang school labi na sa lihok sa teachers, ka-promote siya og positivity o keeping it a fair playing field. A fair circumstance, this phrase is typically used to point out that something is unfair or to suggest that you believe it ought to be. For example, aning teacher, ganahan kayo siya sa student, dayon dili kayo ga-excel, pero iyang gitagaan og dako nga grado. Whereas, ang katong student nga, dili niya bet, pero gapaning kamot, wala niya gitagaan og sakto nga grade sa iyahang performance. Kana pala nga situation, grabe na og impact sa mental health sa bata. So kita teachers pohon ato adyo na siyang likayan because we are the role models, so we must execute how to play fairly in the game. So kabaluman ta sa mga kakayahan sa atong students. So tagaan nato sila og deserve nila nga grade, dili kay ipaagi nato sa atong favoritism. So ato na siyang likayan nga toxic trait. That would be all. Thank you so much everyone for listening. I hope nga gipaminaw ninyo ang akong tubag or ang akong mga explanations towards the topics that we have discussed. So to make it livelier, kantahan ta mo. I believe I can fly.